As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, back again trackside at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania for the nightcap of our final doubleheader of the 2022-2023 regular season here on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry, as the 2023 push for the PIHL playoffs concludes this week in week 21 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League regular campaign. For some teams in other classifications, the postseason already has begun. For these two teams, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders and the Ringgold Rams, pictured off to our left, the postseason will begin 1 week from tonight. Bishop Canevin, once again, the Gold Division champion in Division 2. Ringgold, once again, the Blue Division champion in Division 2. So there's that adage that iron sharpens iron. Well, this should be a very spirited pre-playoff test for both these teams as they try to tune up and fine-tune whatever they can before the Division 2 tournament begins next Monday through next Thursday. This is the first and only regular season meeting between the Crusaders and the Rams. The Rams coached by All-Star coach Rick Kalinowski. The Crusaders coached by All-Star coach and PIHL veteran Eric Glover. Bishop Canevin represented by an amalgam of players from their own school district, as well as Seton LaSalle, Keystone Oaks, and Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. The Ringgold Rams, a mishmash of players from Bell Vernon, Bentworth, Brownsville, California, Charleroi, South Allegheny, and York, as well as Ringgold, representing schools all throughout the Mon Valley, high and wide. The Crusaders looking for their first championship ever as a co-op program this season. Ringgold, of course, won the last pre-pandemic championship in the co-op division. And one thing that has yet to be decided as these two teams gear up for the playoffs is who will be the Division II scoring champion. Will it be Bishop Canevin's Ryan Saginaw, who comes in the Division II leader in points with 34 goals, 27 assists, and 61 points, the junior all-star and erstwhile player of the month? Or will it be Ringgold's all-star, also a junior, Kenny Cadwallader, he too of Player of the Month notoriety, previously Cadwallader second in points in Division II with 36 goals and 21 assists to yield 57 of those. Both players very dangerous on the power play. Both players have been world-class penalty killers this season, Saginaw and Cadwallader, and both players will cross paths one more time, and maybe more than one time, in the month of March. Bishop Canevin wrapping up its regular season after falling just 2 games shy of doing what not a lot of teams in PIHL history have done, finish the season with a perfect record. And it was the Deer Lakes Lancers in their regular season finale holding off Canevin and handing them their first and only loss of the season, 4-3 last week. Ringgold recently righting some of their own wrongs as they snapped a mini skid with a 4-3 shootout win over the Elizabeth Forward Warriors, with whom they share the Rostraver Ice Garden on the Rams senior night, and that was last Thursday. Ringgold had won its first 7 away games until falling to Connellsville recently. Bishop Canevin has been practically invincible at home. Canevin 8-0 as they play their final home contest in their final regular season game. They have allowed only 7 goals in their last 7 home games combined. The irresistible force against the immovable object as these teams gear up for the Division II playoffs. Ringgold, the #1 offensive team in the co-op division, against Bishop Canevin, the #1 defensive team in the co-op division. The Crusaders in their pregame huddle, allowing only 29 goals as a team coming in this year to rank first in the dozen-team Division II classification. Ringgold coming in with 119 goals for as a club. And in goal for the Rams, it'll be their superlative freshman, Colin Moffitt, who made the All-Star game as a freshman, 4th in minutes played, 2nd in personal victories with 12 of those, and 7th in total saves made this season. Moffitt has the 3rd best goals against average among first-string goaltenders and 3rd best save percentage among first-string goaltenders in the co-op division. And at the other end, a young man who we were talking to off the air before the game, Dom Frizzy, the capable Bishop Canevin senior, and goals against average leader in Division II at 1.57, 7-0 on the year, and a .908 save percentage. That is good for 3rd overall. It is Aiden Worstel, the junior, that has played the majority of the minutes, but it is Frizzy with his 357 minutes played that gets the nod tonight in this regular season finale for the Crusaders. Noah Levander against Aiden Millay to begin the contest. Referee Miter, accompanied by referee Snyder, doing the honors, and the Crusaders attack from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the game as Ian Tiernan's shot from above the right circle is denied loudly by Moffitt, who is tested immediately. Cole Evans, who pulled off the Michigan on senior night from behind the goal line as he is worked over by Cadwallader, and Cadwallader, the all-star for Ringgold, ices this puck 26 seconds into the contest. And it'll be the same two taking this face-off. Levander against Millay to the right of Colin Moffitt. Crusaders get it to the corner. In pursuit defensively, Stephen Macheska, the senior. Around the boards it comes. Macheska gonna let it go to Trent Hawk. Hawk, a top 5 point getter in Division II, 3rd overall in assists with 24 of those. 43 points on the regular campaign for Trent Hawk, who joined his teammate Cadwallader in the PIHL All-Star event. Evans playing it in neutral ice, crossing the Ringgold blue line under some pressure from Hawk, and he's worked over by Macheska, who backhands this puck defensively around the boards. Crusaders, trying to get their forecheck going. Oh, earlier tonight you saw the Cougars in action of Carrick against Elizabeth Forward, and Carrick avenging an earlier loss to the Warriors with a 5-2 victory as Cadwallader nearly picks off that outlet pass. And the Cougars getting that last playoff spot in Division II and eliminating Elizabeth Forward from the postseason in the process in the final regular season game for both those teams. Cross-ice pass to Mason Glover. Glover from above the left circle, bouncing puck toward the goal. It's loose and cleared out of there by Macheska, but not all the way out. Shot from center point is blocked. That was Parzinski II, the senior blue liner, pulling the trigger as Cadwallader drives the net. He backhands it off Frizzy, who was ready at the near post to make the save, and Canevin is trying to hang on to the rebound as Parzinski is put hard into the glass there by L.J. Crouch, the senior defenseman. Crouch also, like his counterpart Parzinski, an all-star selection this year, as Ringgold plays it out from their own end, just beyond the blue line. Oh no, they say it was kept in barely by Parzinski. Ringgold's gonna have to try one more time. This time Parzinski cuts it off definitively. His snapshot in the corner blocked by Braden Pringle, and the senior defenseman gets it out to the Canevin blue line where Glover plays it. Canevin crisscrossing a neutral ice as Ryan Saginaw brings it over the line. Saginaw to the right circle for team captain Ty Sarakowski. Sarakowski, the nephew of the Carrick coach, Chris Sarakowski, whose team again was victorious in the earlier game here tonight. Glover up for Saginaw. Saginaw finds this puck. Saginaw to the goal. Saginaw whiffs on the shot, however, and a bit of a break there for the Rams, who were caught flat-footed. Justin Lashley playing in career game number 113 in competitive hockey all time. 114, excuse me. Trying to set up Saginaw, but no go. Santina crossing the blue line for Ringgold. Bruce Santina, the freshman, behind the Canevin net as bodies collide. Puck comes near side. Crusaders outlet it. Right side. Over the line now is Brady Ellis, putting it in behind the Ringgold cage. Kalanish gets it deep for Bishop Canevin. Pringle reverses the play. Ringgold unable to clear their zone, but Santina does eventually force it back to center. And Kalanish under pressure plays this puck as the Crusaders are caught trying to change lines here. Ringgold making wholesale substitutions on the fly as Jack Masterka gets this puck deep, no icing. Philip Quattrone, the junior defenseman, playing it for Ringgold. Outlet pass to Trent Hawk. Hawk near side looking for Cadwallader. Oh, that pass a little too heavy. Levander getting it deep for the Rams. Nathan Cavato overskated that puck. Rams pressuring in the far corner now. A good pace to this one. 4:15 into a scoreless first period. The top two teams in Division II, Bishop Canevin and Ringgold, champions of their respective divisions this year, going at it before the Division II playoffs begin next week for both these teams. And off the faceoff, it's Cadwallader dancing around a man and the referee, putting it in on Frizzy, and Frizzy makes the save. Follow-up shot by Levander was blocked. Good gap control there by Evans. Quattrone couldn't get it deep. Crusaders get it back to center, and a misplay allows Evans to go the other direction for Ian Tiernan. Tiernan, behind the Ringgold net. Tiernan with speed, knocked down from behind. Play continues. The play reversed to Aiden Millay. Bouncing puck finds Cadwallader, and Cadwallader flips it through center. Trent Hawk hustling after it. Hawk from a bad angle forces a save from Frizzy. The rebound denied by Frizzy again. That was Noah Levander on the follow. Neither team can really afford to take a breath here. You might not get that breath back. Puck up through center. Moffitt settles it down in front of the crease. Quattrone outletting for Cadwallader. Cadwallader dances around a check. Cadwallader through center. Cadwallader over the line. Cadwallader off balance shot around a Draco. That missed the net. Owen Haywood from right point. Picked off by Saginaw. Saginaw surveys the play and brings it deliberately through center. Saginaw cuts through the right circle. Saginaw out in front. Snapshot put over top the cage by Sarakowski. I think one of the Rams out in front, maybe Pringle, might have gotten a piece. In any event, it'll be a face-off in Rams ice. Sarakowski all alone in the slot area right there, just couldn't hit the target. Rams get a clean own zone face-off win and send it around the boards. Sylvester up ahead for LJ Crouch. Crouch is buttressed by one of the Crusaders. And Crouch, the team captain, puts it erroneously into the protective netting above his right shoulder. And so this face-off should, I believe, come outside Bishop Canevin ice. And indeed, referee Snyder brings the puck beyond the blue line. 10:50 to go. Scoreless first period with both these teams, as you would expect from the top two teams in Division II, skating exceptionally well. Sarakowski in behind the goal line. From the side of the net, it's given to Sarakowski. Out in front, his pass errant, intended for Saginaw. Instead, it's taken by Crouch, and Crouch Murphy dumps it off Sarakowski's glove back to center. Sarakowski through Saginaw. Instead, Draco takes it over the line for Saginaw. Saginaw had to reach back for it, and Ringgold sends it back to center. Glover backpedaling from his own blue line. Outlet for Draco. Draco couldn't hook up with Saginaw. Sarakowski trying to salvage that play, but couldn't. Puck comes near side for Saginaw, who lost an edge at the boards, and that allows the Rams to go the other way. Santina under pressure goes to the corner. Crusaders see Braden Pringle hustle after that puck. Rams have it. Centering pass is broken up. Oh, good pressure there defensively by Bishop Canevin. Saginaw over the blue line. 1-on-3. Saginaw from the circle, off the side of the net. Saginaw just barely missed a bad angle goal there to break the scoreless deadlock. Up ahead now comes Kobe Kierick. Kierick bumped off the puck aggressively by one of the Crusaders. Santina shoved to the ice as the Crusaders throw their weight around in their own zone. Saginaw through center, flying down the right wing again. This time he's hit hard by Clayton Benson. Broken stick, and Benson scrambles to the bench to get a new blade as the Crusaders want to keep their forecheck going. Saginaw trying to create space for Sarakowski. Sarakowski's shot from the edge of the right circle is wide of the net. Ellis from the boards trying to play it on the backhand, and it's given away to the Rams, and Quattrone sends it up through center, and this will be icing on Ringgold, or will it? Yes, it will be, as we get a delayed call there, just shy of the midpoint of period 1. Ringgold and Bishop Canevin scoreless, but certainly putting on a show for all these fans here, as the teams have one regular season game left, this one, before they go their separate ways in the Division II playoffs. And we'll have more on matchups and whatnot as time permits, as Cadwallader looks for this puck. Holding it defensively is Jack Lyons. Lyons on senior night scoring a rare 3-on-5 shorthanded goal in the running clock victory over Central Valley. Kalanish over the blue line. Kalanish 1-on-2, couldn't get around the 2. And that was Trent Hawk standing him up. Cadwallader pressured, or Levander, excuse me, pressured by Misterka. Tiernan in front of the play. Tiernan from a bad angle, put it off the right leg of Colin Moffat as the puck goes off the netting and out of action. The little soldier, Ian Tiernan, scored that big shootout goal in the season opener for Bishop Canevin. A dramatic come-from-behind victory for the Crusaders against the team that beat them for the Division II championship last season, the Neshannock Lancers. How good is the Gold Division and Division II this year? Well, Neshannock, the two-time league champion, is going to have to inevitably start the playoffs on the road. It is not an easy thing to do, what the Crusaders have done, win as consistently as they have this year. Of course, that game was the first of 16 wins in a row before Deer Lakes finally beat them. Levander, poke checked, and going the other way is Cole Evans. Evans over the blue line, dropping, snapshot blocked, bouncing puck. Tiernan plays it on the backhand. Tiernan chased from behind by Levander, and the Rams clear it. Trent Hawk in pursuit. Frizzy's gonna let it go for Jack Lyons, and Lyons just sends it around the boards and back to center. Touch there by Caden Duran. Tiernan hit hard from behind by Duran as Cadwallader enters the zone. Cadwallader bumped off the puck neatly by Cole Evans. Duran with it, right circle, centering pass for Crouch. Crouch wide of Frizzy's stick hand. Aiden Millay behind his own net with 6.5 to go in a scoreless first period. Outlets for Tiernan. Tiernan has Evans up ahead of the play, won't go that way. Now he'll drop for Evans. Evans shooting, save made! Oh, Moffat, the freshman, just got a piece of that. And a steal here by Saginaw. Ryan Saginaw on one hand, behind the net. Saginaw draws the double team and can't survive the double team, as eventually the pressure is just too much. LJ Crouch penetrating. Some theft there by the Canevin defense as the Crusaders are eventually able to get it to center red. Andrejko crosses the blue line. Andrejko fanned on the attempted shot. And Pringle sends it the other way for Cadwallader. Parzinski chasing Cadwallader. Cadwallader to the corner, plays this puck. Wriggles around Parzinski, but Parzinski stays with him. It's kept alive by Haywood. Haywood wide of the net as Frizzy watches it go by. And a lead pass for Saginaw. Saginaw tries to get him behind the defense. Couldn't hang on to the puck. And at the last moment, taking it away was Haywood. Duran off-balance shot. Wide of the stick side of Frizzy. Saginaw has the rebound defensively for Bishop Canevin. Saginaw outletting for Sarakowski. Sarakowski trying to do a toe drag there at the Ringgold blue line. Maybe one too many moves there. Glover under pressure from Crouch, the Ringgold captain. Glover able to get this one up ahead of Sarakowski. Sarakowski to the goal, puts it off the blocker of Moffitt. The freshman standing tall. Referee Snyder says no icing. Oh, no rest for the weary here in period 1. 4:43 to go. Still no score. Lead pass to Sarakowski. Sarakowski around a man. Sarakowski trying to get around the last man. Has it in behind the net. Now it's taken away finally by Quattrone and cut off by Lashley. Lashley thought about going back to Saginaw. Instead, he goes across the blue paint, and Ringgold will get it back to center. Cavato under pressure. And getting there is Levander. Levander trying to go out in front. He can't. Cavato got a piece of it, but it's kept in at center point. Shot from above the right circle by Quattrone, misses. Puck off a skate and scooped up alertly by Misterka as we get a hard collision, and the Crusaders have numbers. Misterka, right circle, shooting, save, Moffitt, rebound. Crusaders have it, but couldn't tee it up for the second chance tally. Oh, what a break there for the Rams. Misterka maybe making just one too many moves as this shot is off the blocker of Moffitt. A manic intensity to this first period, but still somehow no goals. Saginaw working over Levander, and the fans are into it too on both sides. Not a playoff game, but it's certainly starting to feel like one. And here comes Bishop Canevin. Evans under duress, gives that puck away. Lions backpedaling defensively for the Crusaders. Goes D to D. And Canevin gets it as far as the Ringgold blue line where Quattrone, takes it over as I untie my tongue. Kenny Cadwallader over the blue line. Cadwallader to Trent Hawk. Hawk from the off wing. That shot blocked by Jack Lyons. Max Warhold to Tiernan from behind his own net. Bouncing puck. Goes beyond the stick of Braden Pringle. Brian Kalanish bearing down on Pringle as Ringgold sends it up ahead now for Caden Duran. Duran right circle shooting. Save made. Frizzy, and the rebound is swiped out of there. It's airborne. Crusaders trying to play it with a glove as it comes to Evans, and Evans just gets it back to center. Oh, the Rams nearly got a bounce there with 2.5 left in the period. Glover from the boards. And this one goes off Pringle. Bouncing puck. Cadwallader couldn't keep it alive. Pringle from the red line gets it deep. Parzinski anticipating. Takes it from the boards and brings it out to center for Bishop Canevin. He stood up by Cadwallader. Glover backing up Parzinski. Retreats and outlets. Too far for Tiernan. Rams ready and waiting at their own blue line. Trent Hawk leaves it for Duran. Duran dumps it in behind the goal line. Puts it out in front. Oh, Tiernan tried to take away that pass, but here come the Rams in on goal. Frizzy makes a save and it trickles in! That must be the T! L.J. Crouch, the captain, making it happen with 1:43 remaining in the first period. The scoreless tie is finally broken. Frizzy made the save but couldn't hang on. And the All-Star D-man scores his 13th goal of the regular campaign to give Ringgold a 1-0 lead. Santina from a bad angle off the blocker hand of Frizzy, the Canevin senior. Rams have it again. Snapshot blocked. Follow-up by Santina, goes just wide of the net. Oh, the freshman nearly doubling the lead there late in the period for the Rams. Outlet pass to Ty Sarakowski. Sarakowski from the right hash. Sarakowski to the goal. Bouncing puck steered out of there defensively by Pringle. Lions retreating. Outletting for Saginaw. Saginaw had to reach back for it, but he kicks it to himself and comes over the line. Saginaw, stick checked. Has some trouble hanging onto this puck again as the Rams get it deep, and too deep, in fact, as it's going to be icing with 49.6 ticks to talk. Cadwallader picking up the primary helper on the goal by defenseman LJ Crouch. Cadwallader now 10 points in his last 5 games with that assist as Moffitt covers at the far post. And so if you're scoring at home, that's Saginaw 61, Cadwallader 58. Hawk over the line. Hawk trying to go cross ice to Levander. Not to be. Hawk behind the net now. Hawk in front. Went by everybody. Macheska from above the left circle. Bouncing puck. Hawk has it on the tee, but couldn't hit the target. 15 seconds to go in the period. Quattrone couldn't get it to the corner. Outlet pass too far for Sarakowski. And a frantic first period will end with the Ringgold Rams making a statement on the road and taking the 1-0 lead over the Bishop Canevin Crusaders on a late first period goal by All-Star LJ Crouch. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry. And not appearing in your picture, a number of Bishop Canevin students from the district soliciting donations to help support the Crusaders Hockey Club as they are bound for the USA Hockey National High School Tournament, which will take place in Plymouth, Minnesota, Thursday, March 23rd through Monday, March 27th. A couple of PIHL teams have won at USA Hockey Nationals, and the last PIHL team to do it was a Division II team, the Borough Buccaneers, back in 2019. Of course, the Bethel Park Blackhawks won in 2014 under the tutelage of their fabled coach, Jim McVeigh, who is now assisting Rick Tingle at Peters Township. And you'll see Peters Township against McVeigh's old team, the Bethel Park Blackhawks, in the season finale for both those teams tomorrow night. There'll be a 7 o'clock puck drop thereabouts Eastern time from Princecape Arena on 10 Band TV, simulcast on Peters Hockey TV. Here, it is a very well-played game between the top 2 teams in Division II, the Ringgold Rams and the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, champions of the blue and gold divisions, respectively, and the Rams taking a 1-0 lead in the period 2 as the teams have switched sides. From center, it's played by Mason Glover, given up to Quattrone from his own blue line, and Quattrone, the Ringgold D-man, watches Sarakowski enter the Ram zone. Sarakowski from deep below the right circle, behind the net. Sarakowski building speed. Sarakowski trying to cross with Ben Andrejko. Parzinski keeping that puck alive at the half wall, but the Rams get it back to center, and we get a whistle and a stoppage in play 37 seconds into period 2. First period shots on goal, 9-5 in favor of the Crusaders. Ringgold, though, ahead where it counts, thanks to an LJ Crouch tally from Kenny Cadwallader with 1:43 remaining in the opening frame. Glover goes D to D. Parzinski. Cross ice for Sarakowski, for Saginaw. Cadwallader. Off the giveaway. The takeaway, I should say. Trent Hawk from the corner. Hawk from behind the net. Macheska backing him up. Macheska from the high slot. Oh, Frizzy might have caught a toe on that one. I think he just got a piece of that shot from 40 feet before it missed the net. Sarakowski ahead of the play. Sarakowski left circle, shoots right in on Moffitt and puts it right into the logo of the freshman. Colin Moffitt, 12 wins on the year, the second most of any netminder individually in Division II. 237 goals against average, 902 save percentage. He's played all but 51 minutes this year for Rick Kalinowski's team. Shot by Tiernan off the faceoff, and Moffitt had to be ready for that one. Tiernan from the half wall, has Warhold open. Tiernan knocked down to his knees as play continues. Rams exit their zone. Duran over the blue line. He's shouldered by Tiernan from behind. Outlet pass now to Cole Evans. Evans over the blue line. Evans under pressure from Haywood. Evans out in front, backhander and a sneaky one, but Moffitt made the save. Lead pass to Crouch, the lone goal getter, as Crouch is stood up at center by Evans. He still gets that puck deep though, and the Crusaders have to play it under Ringgold pressure from all the way back in their own end. Tiernan, lead pass on the tape of Cole Evans. Evans has Malay up ahead. Evans drawing all kinds of attention behind the Ringgold net. Evans back to the point for Lashley. Lashley to the corner for Evans. Evans from the corner, out in front, cleared up and just barely out of the reach of Nathan Cavato. Cavato's lead pass picked off at center, and coming the other way is Bruce Santina. Santina puts it all the way around the Canevin boards. Taken by Kobe Kirik. Now here come the Crusaders through center. Misterka on the off wing. Off a Ringgold glove, Misterka looking for it, but Kirik has it for Ringgold. Kalanish from the boards. Pokes it in behind Moffitt, the Ringgold netminder. Kalanish bumped hard by a couple of Rams into the boards. To the point it comes for Cavato. Cavato through a crowd. Kick save made by Colin Moffitt. This puck flipped into Ringgold territory. Crusaders have to tag up, and Kalanish just now getting the memo. Ditto Jack Misterka. That allows the Rams to exit their zone. Pringle over the line. Pringle right side. Settled down by Kirik. Kirik up top for Pringle. Save made by Frizzy as it deflects to the boards. Cavato bodied hard by Kirik. Behind the net it comes. Cavato under pressure. And the Crusaders bring it up to center now. Through the official's crease comes Misterka. Misterka behind the net. Quattrone was ready and waiting defensively. And here the other way comes Clayton Benson. Benson shouldered hard by Parzinski. Parzinski up to center. Quattrone cut him off. Cadwallader over the line under duress from Sarakowski. Sarakowski all over him like a cheap suit. Quattrone shooting this puck, deflected it on Frizzy. Oh, he reached back and made an unconscious save off his right leg. They had him leading the wrong way, but somehow he still found himself in the right place. Cadwallader can't find this puck. Rams try to put it out in front. Just too many gray jerseys in the way, as it is Murphy dumped through center. Saginaw in pursuit. Saginaw not going to get there first, though. Quattrone does. Saginaw picks his pocket. Saginaw above the right circle, turns around. Cross ice for Ondrejko. Ondrejko down low to Sarakowski. Try to go out in front to Saginaw. Too well covered. Sarakowski around Quattrone. Sarakowski. A good forecheck here by the Crusaders. Down 1-0. Out in front, shooting it over top the net. And it glances off the protective netting over the shoulder of the freshman Colin Moffitt. Now, we talked about Ringgold being the top offensive team in the class. Well, don't sell the Crusaders short. 104 goals for Bishop Canevin coming in. That ranks third in the co-op division. And apropos of that last game against Deer Lakes, the Lancers, in the last 2 games they played against Canevin, they were the only team all year to hold Bishop Canevin under 4 goals in a single game. And they did it twice. Lead pass for Tiernan to Evans. Evans had it glance off his stick. He goes in after it as one of the Rams lost an edge. Evans stumbling as he plays this puck in the corner. Evans for Malay. Malay for Parzinski. Parzinski unable to keep it in at the right point. Lead pass for Tiernan. Tiernan lets it go to Evans. Evans over the line. Evans under pressure from Brady Lippert. To the corner, here's Malay. Malay try to go back to Tiernan, nothing doing. Caden Duran. Duran stood up. Good play there by Parzinski to knock that puck loose. And this will not go for icing. I thought it was going to as the Crusaders sent it the length of the ice. But Ringgold brings it back through center. And now Glover has to hustle back, and Glover pinned up against the boards. Glover from the corner. And this backhand try is deflected, never made it on net. Oh, bouncing puck in on Frizzy, and he makes the save with Kobe Kierick right on his doorstep. Still just a 1-0 game in favor of Ringgold on a late first period goal by LJ Crouch. And this faceoff comes all the way back to the Ringgold blue line where Macheska retreats to play it. Santina sends it in behind the Canevin cage. Lions around the boards. Andrejko up ahead, a little too heavy for Sarakowski, and this is going to be icing on the Crusaders. Let's go, Max. Crusaders again, nationals bound at the end of next month. And certainly, as I said, not the only open division team to find success outside the PIHL. Carrick, who we just saw earlier, won the Directors' Cup tournament in the previous decade, and they are to date the only PIHL co-op team that has ever done that. Of course, Ty Sarakowski, the Canevin captain, nephew of Carrick head coach Chris Sarakowski. Levander from his own end, up to center for Warhold. Warhold under pressure from Hawk goes cross ice to his defensive partner Lyons. And this puck is led for Sarakowski. Sarakowski shooting wide of the blocker hand of Moffitt. Crusaders get to the rebound. Andrejko double teamed in the corner. Macheska near corner now, playing it for Ringgold. As we approach the midpoint of the period and game, the final regular season game for both these teams, the Rams still holding their own here in the Ice Castle, leading the Gold Division champs 1-0. Sarakowski from the edge of the left circle. Cadwallader has it now for Ringgold. Cadwallader over the blue line. Cadwallader high slot. Shot, save, Frizzy, no rebound. Now, not like Frizzy has had to make a ton of 10-bell saves to this point, but Kenny Cadwallader has a way of turning any save into a 10-bell save, as well as we've seen him play this season. Cadwallader, of course, that 7-point outburst, excuse me, as he and line mate A.J. Schaff, who had 9 points, combined for 16 between the two of them in the Division II All-Star game at the Island Sports Center in Neville Township. Evans to the goal. Popchock save made. Moffitt rebound. Crusaders couldn't bury. Glover gave it up to Duran. Caden Duran shooting. Off balance shot. It's loose and just kind of died there in the blue paint, and Tiernan might have rescued that one. Aiden Millay with a 2-on-1 for Canevin. Millay with time and space. Millay shooting off the shoulder of Colin Moffitt. The freshman with his biggest save of the game. And here the other way comes Crouch. Crouch shooting, kick save, rebound. Off balance shot is fanned on. A big break there as Everett Eicher couldn't pull the trigger. Parzinski, left circle. Parzinski on goal, save made, rebound. Is it in? No, it's not. It didn't completely cross the line. Moffitt kept it out. Crusader fans are not happy, but I don't think that puck completely crossed the line. Parzinski, right point, shot, deflected out of play. Again, Crusader fans expressing their displeasure, but I do think that puck never completely crossed the line. I think Moffitt and his defense just barely kept it out. And we'll let you judge for yourself as we're back to action quickly here. Misterka in the attacking zone, behind the net for Doug Suter. Suter out in front trying the backdoor play to Kalanish, but that was not to be. Crusaders from the far boards play this puck under pressure. Kalanish trying to center it again, but this time he's cut off by Quattrone. Chance the other way now for Clayton Benson. Benson off balance, shooting on Frizzy, save made. Rebound is on the goal line, and the Rams now at the other end think they've scored, but Frizzy, like his counterpart, keeps it from completely going over. Oh, what intensity here as both teams are having fun storming the castle. The Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. This puck off the face-off goes just wide on a deflection. Hard hit there by Levander on Sarakowski as Cadwalder plays it defensively and reverses the play, but gave it away to Sarakowski in the process. Sarakowski out in front, nobody there to take the pass, but the Crusaders recover. To the corner for Sarakowski. Sarakowski trying to get around referee Miter as he sends it in behind the net for Saginaw. On Draco, that's out of his reach. Saginaw has his stick tied up by Quattrone in the corner. The Crusaders looking for some puck support here, and they get it. To the point for Ondrako. Ondrako sets it up for Saginaw. Saginaw cross ice, World center. Saginaw shoots. Save made, Moffitt! You'll get nothing and like it, Ryan Saginaw. Oh, how did the freshman turn aside that chance? Warhold put it off a skate. Saginaw wasted no time firing that puck. And Moffitt, in the blink of an eye, was in position to make the save. Porzinski just wide of the net. Ondrako unable to reach the rebound. Ondrako in behind the net now as Macheska plays it off the boards, and the Rams get it back to center. Cadwalder couldn't take that lead pass. Crusaders get it deep with 5:20 to go to the ice cut. Just non-stop action here in the season finale between these teams. Porzinski backpedaling. And Sarakowski waiting at the red line. Cadwalder waiting too. Ondrako gave it away to one of the Rams. That was Noah Levander. Levander for Trent Hawk. Hawk stick check by Sarakowski. Levander putting it off a Canevin body. And here come the Rams. Cadwalder over the line. Cadwalder gets it back. Cadwalder forces a save from Frizzy. And Cadwalder is knocked away from the rebound. Crusaders lead it for Sarakowski. Sarakowski offside, and he can't believe it. Well, both teams giving their superstars a much-needed respite here with 4:33 to go in the second. Still a 1-0 game in favor of Ringgold. How, we have no idea. Now, Colin Moffitt has some ideas. He's looked very sharp, the all-star freshman in goal for the Rams. Crouch, still the lone goal scorer, forced it into the corner. Crusaders take this puck away defensively. Lions over the blue line. Lions lost it as he entered the zone. Crusaders have to tag up. Sylvester, stick check by Evans at the red line. Here's Tiernan. Tiernan around a man. Tiernan hustling after this puck to the corner. In behind the goal, left point. Shot, deflected wide, rebound, put into the blue paint. Crusaders still unable to finish. Warhold let it bounce off him, and that's a break for Ringgold as Matthew Sylvester gets it in on goal, and Frizzy has to hold on for a face-off. Well, again, these teams have not met in the regular season prior to this point, as they are in opposite divisions, and you only play this year half a dozen games against teams from the opposite division as Frizzy makes a save off the face-off. But you can tell both teams very much in top form as the regular season comes to an end. Sarakowski had his stick lifted. Rams trying to exit their zone. They do, but a good play there at the blue line by Glover. Centering pass, Saginaw couldn't take it. He would have been all alone too. Santina toward goal, sticked aside by Frizzy. Funny bounce there, played behind the net. And the Rams have it. Crusaders take over from their own corner. And Sarakowski up ahead to Ondrejko. Ondrejko with Saginaw over the line, dropping for Sarakowski toward goal, save made. Saginaw has the rebound. Saginaw chasing this puck as it bounces in on Owen Haywood, and Haywood gets it back to center. Final 3 of the second period. Sarakowski being watched by a pair of white jerseys. He puts it wide of the blue paint. Ondrejko goes in after it, tries to reverse the play. The Rams take it over and flip it up through center. Parzinski retreating as Rick Kalinowski changes on the fly. Long lead pass for Sarakowski, waiting at the blue line. Sarakowski cross ice for Ondrejko. Ondrejko trying to go back to his captain, but couldn't hook up. Parzinski from above the right circle. Parzinski crossing with Sarakowski as one of the Crusaders was knocked down. Rams able to clear it. And this should be icing and is icing on the visitors with 2:10 to go. Malay against Levander. Crusaders win it. Warhold fakes the shot. To the boards for Lions. His shot never made it through. Macheska was there. Tiernan behind the net. Tiernan side of the net. Save made Moffitt. Rebound steered aside. Warhold from the boards to the corner for Cole Evans. For Ian Tiernan. Tiernan reverses the play for Evans. He and Evans crisscrossing now as Tiernan under pressure gets rid of that puck for Cole Evans. Evans trying to go back door. He can't. He's too well tied up by Levander. Evans somehow works loose. Philip Quattrone all over him now. Evans fighting for possession. Crusaders trying to get it deep any way they can. And a bouncing puck is going to be kept alive by Malay. Oh, what a play there. Shot from distance is deflected wide. Malay to the corner now. To the point it comes. Snapshot through traffic. That was blocked as well. Crusaders trying to keep the rebound in, and they do. They play it legally with a raised stick. What a shift here for Bishop Canevin at the end of the period. Evans from below the goal line out in front. One-timer. Malay was partially defended from behind by Levander. And finally, Ringgold gets it out of their zone. Final minute of second period play. Cole Evans over the blue line. Evans trying to dance around Macheska, nothing doing. Crusaders were changing behind the play, and here's the new defenseman on. Parzinski crossing with Tiernan. Tiernan tries to go forward. He can't. Trent Hawk puts it back to center. 40 seconds left. Saginaw couldn't take that lead pass, and it's going to be icing on Canevin. 38 ticks to talk. Ringgold 1, Bishop Canevin nothing, second period, and we get a rare chance to catch our breath here. Incredible end-to-end action between the top two teams in Division II. Off the faceoff. Haywood toward goal. Crusaders play it around the boards defensively with half a minute to go in the period. Bodies collide near boards as Canevin plays it off the dasher and up into Ringgold territory. Crouch up ahead. Only one there is Parzinski. Parzinski and Kalanish get their signals crossed. Now Kalanish over the line. Kalanish, last minute poke check there by Pringle. Shot from distance, blocked, never made it through. Pringle gave up the body. And that's how the second period will end. A playoff type atmosphere here at the Ice Castle where they will cut the ice right now in Castle Shannon. Your score after 2, the Ringgold Rams 1, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders 0. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry. Third period action to come after the ice cut, but first, some music from the 412.
I can't take it, how we have to fake it, and I know you hate it too, that's how it is. Keep it up appearances. Tell me, was it worth the story? Spare me every gory detail in your mind. God knows I've already heard your side. Betting you hope we can get over this. But I hope you know that we probably never will, even so.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
I can't take it, how we have to fake it, and I know you hate it too, that's how it is. Keep it up appearances. Tell me, was it worth the story? Spare me every gory detail in your mind. God knows I've already heard your side. Betting you hope we can get over this. But I hope you know that we probably never will, even so.
And shout out to Old Neon for that music you heard during the ice cut. And you can listen to more from Old Neon on musicfromthe412.com or download the Music from the 412 app to your Roku or Amazon Fire capable device. Second period shots, 7 apiece. First period shots were 9-5 Bishop Canevin. Shots for the game, as we do the first grade math on the fly here, are 16 for the Crusaders and 12 for the Rams. The Rams, up where it counts, still with that lone first period goal by LJ Crouch, his 13th of the season for the Ringgold captain, assisted by Kenny Cadwallader, being the difference in the game. It came with 1:43 remaining in period one. Colin Moffitt turning aside all 16 Bishop Canevin shots thus far. He has one shutout already this season, and in pursuit of his 13th personal victory as the third period and final regular season period for both these teams is underway. One-timer put just wide by Noah Levander off the draw. Crusaders nearly got caught off guard deep in their own end. Canevin brings it up to center now. Kenny Cadwalder takes it away, sends it up to Trent Hawk. Hawk for Cadwalder. Cadwalder makes his move, shoots it up into the protective netting, and that snapshot leads to a face-off that will come, I think, just outside the Canevin blue line unless a Crusader touched it. They're going to say it was blocked on its way out, so it will come in Canevin territory. To the right of Dom Frizzy. Referee Snyder doing the honors. Ringgold wins the faceoff. Hawk pushes it to the boards. Tiernan clears the zone. Cole Evans in pursuit. Can't nullify the icing call, and so we'll do it again from the same spot. Now, by virtue of Carrick's 5-2 victory over Elizabeth Forward, which you saw in the first game of our doubleheader here on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry, the Cougars will hit the road for the opening round of the Division II tournament next week. The quarterfinal round takes place Monday, March 6th through Thursday, March 9th. The semifinals take place at Clearview Arena inside the RMU Island Sports Center as this puck loudly ricochets out of play off the scoreboard. You think it was crooked before. Wait till they get a load of it next time. In any event, continuing my thought, the Clearview Arena at the RMU Island Sports Center hosting the Division II semifinals at 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th. The Division II championship game, as this shot is put over the blocker of Moffett, takes place at the UPMC Lemieux complex Tuesday, March 21st at 8:45 Eastern Time. Crusaders, of course, qualified for the championship game last season before bowing to back-to-back champion Neshannock. Neshannock finishing third in the gold division this year. Bishop Canevin finishing first. Deer Lakes finishing second. As I said, it'll be Deer Lakes hosting Carrick in round one of the Division II tournament as Moffett hangs on to that one. And next week, as Elizabeth Forward was eliminated in their regular season finale, the Crusaders will play host here at the Ice Castle to the West Virginia state champs, the Morgantown Mohawks. So that'll be their first playoff matchup on a date and time to be determined next week by the PIHL. Canevin shutting out Morgantown here at the Ice Castle back on December the 1st by a 6-0 final score. Morgantown takes the number 4 seed out of the blue division. Of course, Canevin gets the 1 seed in the gold division as the 2-time division champs. Parzinski shooting off a leg, that of Macheska as it goes to the corner. Macheska can't clear the area. Parzinski shoots from distance, and that's knocked aside by Moffett. Shot in front, Macheska got in the way of that one. And the Rams are just gonna ice this puck with 14:36 to go in regulation, leading 1-0. That was one of 5 Bishop Canevin victories against blue division foes this year, Canevin had prevailed in those games by a goal differential of +27 coming into tonight. Tonight, of course, their last game of the season against a blue division team. And LJ Crouch has the only goal of the contest. Ringgold trying to end the regular season on back-to-back victories as they head into the Division II playoffs. Bishop Canevin looking to go a perfect 9-0 at home here at the Ice Castle on the regular campaign as their playoff run will begin next week. Warhold put into the bench as Ringgold forces this puck into Canevin territory. Long lead pass intended for Kalanish. Now the Rams just going to let this go for icing. Well, in a tight game, Ringgold content to take any territorial edge it can get, especially after spending a lot of that second period camped out in front of Colin Moffett. Moffett doing everything he can to steal a couple of points for the Blue Division champions here tonight. Ringgold, of course, made the Division II playoffs last year as well. They beat Avonworth in the opening round before dropping a heartbreaker at the end of overtime to the eventual champion, Neshannock Lancers. Bouncing puck in front of Moffett, and Moffett hangs on. Neshannock, of course, the first team representing Lawrence County to win a PIHL championship, first accomplishing the feat in 2021 and repeating it last year. Bishop Canevin defeated Morgantown in the opening round of last year's playoffs, coincidentally, by a narrow 2-1 margin. Then they dominated Wilmington in the semifinals before that close loss in the championship game against the Lancers. Canevin winning their 8th and most recent Penguins Cup championship as the Crusaders nearly score. Oh, Tiernan unable to bury. Haywood, I think, blocked the shot, which was headed right for the exposed net as Cadwallader shoots it off a Canevin body. Oh my goodness. Crusaders just can't get a bounce as Tiernan comes the other way. Tiernan toward goal. Tiernan just misses the top corner. Cadwallader in transition, trying to go to Trent Hawk. Stolen by Cole Evans. Evans over the blue line. Evans behind the goal line, bouncing puck. Played to the edge of the circle. Parzinski, score! Bow to your sensei! It's a 1-1 hockey game with 12:50 to go in the first period. The all-star defenseman cranks one from the edge of the right circle, and the Crusaders, after chopping wood for 2 periods and then some, are finally on the board. And off the face-off, the Rams got to go back to the drawing board here as it's kicked around at the red line, and entering the zone is Duran. Caden Duran off the back of the Canevin net as the Crusaders send it around the boards for Sarakowski. Sarakowski gets crossed up with Saginaw. Saginaw has it up at center red for Bishop Canevin. Saginaw over the line. Saginaw dangling, trying to toe drag, but lost the puck. Up ahead, Brady Lippert. Lippert bumped hard off the puck by Parzinski. Parzinski making some friends fast in the Canevin student section. Rams get it back to center. Michael Parzinski II, senior all-star defenseman, just his 4th goal of the regular season and 22nd point as a senior to help Canevin pull even here with lots of time left. Saginaw off a skate, picked up by Macheska. Macheska up ahead to Santina. Santina, the freshman, gains the red line and sends it up ahead to Crouch, the lone Ringgold goal scorer. Kalanish over the blue line. Draw pass. Shot, save made off the toe on the shot by Misterka. Misterka from the corner. Misterka out in front. Worrell shoots it off the crossbar and out of play. And that actually lands up in the rafters.
Almost, Max, almost.
What a wicked deflection that shot took as Warhold finds metal but not mesh. And it remains 1-1, 11:18 to play, 3rd period. And here over the line comes Benson as we get a whistle behind the play from referee Snyder with ones across the board. 11-11, 1-1 the score. Eric Glover barking something at referee Miter. We can't quite tell what. He might be barking instructions at one of his players to realign before the face-off as the Crusaders have it along the near boards. Kalanish from Misterka. Misterka to his backhand. Misterka centers for Kalanish. Kalanish knocked down, tries to play it from his knees. He can't. It's swiped out of there by Kierik. Puck behind the net now. And from the corner, it's beyond Lyons, and this will be icing against Ringgold. Well, no matter how this game ends, we know that Ringgold in their playoff opener next week will play either Neshannock, the reigning league champion, or the Burrell Buccaneers. And they will do so in the friendly confines of the Ross Draver Ice Garden. And one of the Crusaders down as play is whistled dead. And Sarakowski, the Canevin captain, a bit slow to get up, but does eventually under his own volition. And Sarakowski going to come off here as play is stopped with 10:42 left. Now, depending on how those other regular season results shake out here in week 21, Ringgold was defeated by Neshannock in their own barn in overtime back on January the 12th by a 3-2 final score. Ringgold already owns a victory, however, over Burrell at the Pittsburgh Ice Center in New Kensington. 5-2 the final score of that Ringgold victory back on the 28th of November. It's not just about raw talent in the playoffs, it's all about matchups too. Some matchups more favorable than others, no matter how good you are. Noah Levander under pressure from the Canevin defense. Lost that puck as he was stood up by Parzinski, the Canevin goal scorer. Near side it comes to Saginaw. Saginaw had trouble with it. Cadwallader takes it away. Cadwallader flipping it up ahead beyond Parzinski for Levander. Levander on his backhand, lost it at the last moment. Crusaders try to outlet it. Now they'll skate it past the red line and dump it into the corner. Off the bounce, it's all the way back to Parzinski, the Canevin blue liner. Parzinski off the boards for Aiden Millay. Millay lets it go to another of his line mates. Saginaw driving the net, lost it. Good poke check there defensively by Ringgold's Braden Pringle. Levander dropping for Hawk. Hawk shooting, that never made it on net. I think Parzinski might have gotten in the way of the shot. Hard check in the corner as it comes back to center. Kenny Cadwallader, second in the Division II scoring race to Canevin's Ryan Saginaw entering tonight. Cadwallader with the one and only assist on Ringgold's one and only goal, which came vis-a-vis LJ Crouch with under 2 minutes to go in the first period. Canevin unable to steal that outlet puck at the blue line. Caden Duran from the corner. Duran put it to the boards by Aiden Millay. Millay around the boards, gave it up to Quattrone, who was pinching. Quattrone couldn't keep it in the offensive zone. Ringgold resets the attack, however, as Hawk comes back with Cadwallader. Shot into the glove of Frizzy, who hangs on. As we approach the midpoint of period 3, Ringgold 1, Bishop Canevin 1. A most exciting ending to this regular campaign for both these teams. And this game's been every bit the compelling playoff tune-up we thought it would be, as the Crusaders, much to their own chagrin, are guilty of icing. Cole Evans protesting the call. And the faceoff is going to come back in Canevin ice to the left of Frizzy, the Crusaders senior. Snyder off the faceoff, lost it to Quattrone, bouncing puck to the boards off the ricochet. The Rams read the bounce. Crusaders fighting for possession along the far boards. 50-50 battle won by Tiernan. Lyons over the red line, excuse me. Jack Lyons, sophomore defenseman, getting it to the corner. Around the boards, Max Warhold sends it to Tiernan. Tiernan from the corner, up to Warhold. Warhold pressured by LJ Crouch. The Ringgold captain trying to get it out of his own end by any means necessary, and he does. Crusaders tag up and re-enter the zone. Macheska puts one of the Crusaders into the boards. Tiernan alone out in front. Oh, what a save by Moffett. Everything there but the finish for Bishop Canevin. Sarakowski off balance. Moffett the save from long range. I'm going to go out on a pretty sturdy limb and say Colin Moffett has a bright future in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. All-Star is only a freshman and certainly playing like an all-star tonight for Ringgold. Glover from the boards. Comes outside the area. Crusaders played at center red. Poke check there by Santina. Crusaders backpedal, and they get it up ahead to Kalanish. Kalanish couldn't settle it down. Good support by Mason Glover. Glover over the blue line. Glover shooting off a body. It was blocked. Glover finds the rebound, puts it toward goal. Bouncing puck still loose. Ringgold's going to be able to get it back to center. Santina, the freshman, over the red line. Over the Bishop Canevin blue line. Dangles. Goes left side now to Clayton Benson. Crusaders apply pressure though, and here comes Masturka back the other way. Jack Masturka left circle, trying to go back to Saginaw. Crusaders still get the puck semi-deep before the Rams clear it back to the Canevin blue line. Glover backpedaling. Glover bodied from behind by Clayton Benson. Mason Glover, the junior defenseman and PIHL All-Star, helps lead the breakout for Bishop Canevin. Centering pass intended for Kalanish was blocked. Cadwalder was up ahead of the play, but they couldn't hook up with him. Kalanish out muscling Cadwalder to this puck. Ringgold fans wanted a penalty. Around the boards it comes, beyond the reach of Glover, the alternate captain. And it's going to be icing on the Rams. Just over 6 to go in regulation. Still a 1-1 game. And off the face-off, here's Trent Hawk. Hawk through the middle. Poke check by one of the Crusaders, Cole Evans. Trying to go to Malay, he couldn't. Here's Cadwalder. Cadwalder counterattacking for the Rams. Cadwalder shooting, save Frizzy. No rebound. Bishop Canevin with the #1 and #2 in goals against average in Division II. Aiden Worstel and Dom Frizzy. And it's Frizzy tonight, manning the cage for Bishop Canevin in his last home game as a senior. Regular season home game, I should say. Crusaders once again home for the Division II quarterfinals against the Morgantown Mohawks next week. Lead pass intended for Hawk. Crusaders backpedal. Lions playing it near side. Evans, one touch to Malay. Malay trying to center it, too well covered. Steven Macheska got in the way of that one. Crusaders go D to D one more time. Outlet pass comes to Parzynski from distance. Stick save Moffitt. Evans has the rebound to the corner for Sarakowski. Sarakowski for Evans. Evans shooting, just missed the top corner near side. Glover from the boards and pinching to play the puck to Malay. Malay trying to get around the official as his stick was lifted. Good keep at the blue line there by the Crusaders. Bouncing puck. Sarakowski retrieves. Sarakowski under pressure. Sarakowski pinballs it off the boards. Crusaders keep it alive at the point. Evans for Sarakowski. Crusaders still cycling this puck. Centering pass for Evans. It's loose in front of Moffitt. Sent deep by Glover. Evans again. Has Parzynski behind the play. Parzynski shooting. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Crusaders 2, Rams 1. Parzynski takes advantage of the screen on Moffitt and gives Bishop Canevin its first lead of the night. And the Bishop Canevin Crusaders deserved a goal on that shift. Just a relentless cycle here in Ringgold territory. Parzynski just casually enters the zone and he tucks it inside the far post behind Colin Moffitt, the freshman. Two goals in this third period by senior all-star defenseman Michael Parzynski, #4 and #5 on the year. Duran at center ice. Do the Rams have a response? Let's see. Saginaw retreating. Put it off a Ringgold stick. Crouch keeping it alive at the blue line. For Duran. Duran for Pringle. Pringle entering the zone. Pringle from the bottom of the right circle. Out in front. Haywood there to back it up. Haywood from the edge of the left circle. His shot blocked. Crusaders can't clear it. Haywood turning around and sends it deep from the boards. Tiernan trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. The Rams have it. Shot by Crouch, just missed everything. Haywood off balance shot. It deflects off a stick and right into the outstretched glove of Dom Frizzy. Now you got to give the Crusaders some credit, and you got to give them credit for continuing to chop wood even as Moffett was making save after save after save. Bishop Canevin just continuing to be relentless and fearless in its forecheck. And it leads to a go-ahead goal here as we have a timeout on the ice. With 3:08 remaining in regulation, Crusaders clinging to a 2-1 advantage over the Blue Division champions, the Ringgold Rams. And in honor of the Penguins playing in the Winter Classic this year, a number of PIHL teams, including Bishop Canevin, played their own outdoor exhibition game during or after the holidays. The Crusaders and their longtime rivals, the Chartiers Valley Colts, play their own Winter Classic at the South Park Outdoor Rink back on January the 9th, with proceeds benefiting the Crabtree Kovacic Veterans House. And back on February 22nd, there was a check presentation that took place at the Veterans House. Some of the Crusader players on hand to present the check. $3,320 raised by Bishop Canevin and Chartiers Valley for the Crabtree Kovacic Veterans House. So that alone merits stick taps all around. Now, as we said, this game does not have any effect superficially on the Division II standings, but it has felt from the opening faceoff like a playoff game. And these two teams could conceivably meet in the Division II playoffs. As Saginaw goes in after this puck, but the point is moot as the Crusaders are guilty of icing. Well, not necessarily what Canevin wanted after the timeout. Crouch to take the face-off. Crusaders win it, though. Good work in the circle by Saginaw, and a chance possibly the other way for Andreyko as he's shouldered from behind by Pringle. Andreyko, he's malleable. He stays on his feet, and he goes after this puck, but Haywood is going to get to it first as it's played up into the Ringgold bench and somehow stays out of the Ringgold bench and in play. Officials say play on. Pringle's pass, a little too far for Cadwallader. Andreyko gets it beyond Pringle and goes in after his own dump in. Andreyko hit hard by Pringle. Oh, a vicious check there. Warhold unable to keep at the blue line and carefully gets it off to Lyons as Hawk and the Rams mount pressure down by a goal with just over 2 minutes to go. Saginaw over the line. Saginaw through the circle. Saginaw behind the net. Centering pass. Sarakowski. Sarakowski behind the net. Sarakowski shoots. Where is it? Officials say the net is dislodged, but where's the puck? Is it under Colin Moffett? It is. No, Sarakowski gave him every move in the book, but just couldn't score. Millay against Keurig for the faceoff. Keurig wins it for Ringgold from the corner. Tiernan dropping it down low for one of his Canevin mates. That's Millay. He and Tiernan crisscross near boards. Glover, blue line, shot, deflected. Never made it on goal. Bouncing puck. Moffett hugging that near post to keep it out. Final minute and a half of regulation in a one-goal game. Rams had one of their own knocked down from behind, and Rick Kalinowski incredulous there's not a penalty. Tiernan from his own corner. Up to Evans. Keurig, stick check by Tiernan. Tiernan off his own skate. Caden Duran unable to locate. Cole Evans over the blue line. Evans splits the defense. Evans couldn't get a shot on net. Final minute of regulation. Can the Crusaders hang on? What a confidence-boosting comeback it would be to knock off the Blue Division champions right before the Division II playoffs. Here come the Rams. Kenny Cadwalder with hair on fire urgency through center. Cadwalder knocked down, penalty coming up. The Rams had pulled their goaltender and they've got the extra attacker on as Saginaw was about to touch the puck. Cadwalder drew the penalty, the only penalty of the game to this point. Referee Miner makes the tripping motion as that's the indication against the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Kalinowski calling his timeout as Parzinski, in quite a twist of fate, who has both Canevin goals in this period, is going to get the gate with 24.6 ticks to talk. It's not Parzinski, I stand corrected. Aiden Millay got the penalty. Tripping the indication once again against the Bishop Canevin sophomore. So what we'll get out of this, as both coaches now have exhausted their timeouts, is in all probability a 6-on-4 power play with the goaltender pulled for the Ringgold Rams. The Crusaders, the top defensive team in the classification, only 8 goals allowed in 8 home games. The season opener notwithstanding, trying to hang on to this one. Michael Parzinski, the senior defenseman, with a pair of goals to give the Crusaders the advantage in this third period, despite a stellar effort in goal by freshman Colin Moffat of Ringgold. Dom Frizzy, his counterpart's got to be on his toes now. Rams win the faceoff. Levander from the boards, under pressure to the point for Duran. Levander lets it go. Crusaders clear it off the glass and up through center. Toward the open net it goes. Evans in pursuit. Evans taking off the puck. He fires and it's blocked by Cadwalder. What a play! But the Rams are going to run out of time as Sarakowski shoots it wide of the open net. And the buzzer sounds. A joyous Dom Frizzy is met by his Bishop Canevin teammates as the Ice Castle has been a fortress in 2023. 9 regular season home games, 9 regular season home wins for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, the Gold Division champions, who come from behind to defeat the Blue Division champions in this final tune-up before the Division II playoffs. Your final score, Crusaders 2, Rams 1. Final regular season records. The Rams enter the playoffs with 13 wins, 4 regulation losses, and 1 shootout loss. The Crusaders enter the PIHL postseason 17-1 overall, with all results, with that only loss, of course, I should say, coming in regulation last week. The handshake line completes. The Crusaders in their final regular season home game saluting their fans. Once again, it will be Bishop Canevin against Morgantown in the Division II quarterfinals next week. And it will be Ringgold against either Neshannock or Burrell in further Division II quarterfinal action. Moffat finishing with 25 saves in the losing effort. Frizzy finishing with 16 as Bishop Canevin once again skates away victorious against the Rams by a final score of 2-1. And before we call it quits for our 2022-2023 regular season coverage, we've got one more regular season game to go. And Matt Geitka will bring that one to you tomorrow night from Princecape Arena in South Point as the reigning state champions of AAA, the Peters Township Indians, will play host to the Bethel Park Blackhawks in the regular season finale for both those teams in Class AAA action. So tune into that one just after 7 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow night here on 10 Band TV, and of course it'll be simulcast on Peters Hockey TV. And so because this is my last regular season appearance on 10 Band TV for the 2022-2023 regular season, I have quite literally more people to thank than I know what to do with, so I might as well just start now. Thank you, executive producer Todd Kazarowski, for having me back and giving me the chance to do this year. Thank you, as always, to the Left Shark camera operator Michael Lyman for his yeoman's work behind the camera all year round, and to Kennedy Kazarowski as well for her exemplary camera work, including that at the All-Star event, which of course was a big success by all, and we were happy to help put it on. Special thanks also to Brian Mitchell for his support from the league office, even if only moral, to Jack Kukin, also from the league office, for his support throughout the season. A special thank you and a heartfelt thank you to the estate of the late PIHL Commissioner John Muka. Mr. Muka, literally none of us are here without his green light and saying, yes, go ahead, do this, cover the league for a whole season. So we will miss him terribly, and we already do. And I want to make sure that a thanks goes out to him as well. Thank you to Matt Geitka, as always, for spelling me, for doing the same to Chris Beddick and Rick DeRubius on a couple of games earlier this year. Thank you also to the Peters Township Hockey Club, the Mount Lebanon Hockey Club, the Bishop Canevin Hockey Club, the South Fayette Hockey Club, and all the other clubs who offered their support, financial or otherwise. To all our sponsors who offered their financial support. Too many to name, but you know who you are, and what you do does not go unnoticed. And I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And special thanks, of course, to all of you out there for watching our games, listening to our games, and putting up with me for an entire PIHL regular season. It was like being shot out of a cannon, and I have enjoyed it thoroughly. And thank you most of all to my wife Courtney, my daughter Sophie, for their understanding and support. And before I leave you from Castle Shannon tonight, I will leave you with this: the comeback is always greater than the setback. I am Matt Popchock, and thank you for watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry.